start. So we first started the chapter with the with expanding brackets. So we're going to expand this bracket. So we get 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 5 is 10. So the answer is 2x plus 10. So that's an easy expansion. And then you learn some new expansion where you have to multiply these 2 terms together, which is 2x squared. And you also have to multiply the x by the negative 4, which is negative 4x. And then 3 times 2x is 6x. And finally, 3 times negative 4 is minus 12. So you have this binomial expression where you have to get 4 terms out of it. Once you have 4 terms, usually there are 2 terms that are like terms, which is the middle 2. Okay? So you collect like terms. Okay. So we get 2x, so negative 4x plus 6x is 2x, minus 12. Now, which one you're thinking of? The 3 has multiplied the 2x to give you 6x. Or the 3 times the negative 4 gives you negative 12. So it's been used. So every term has been multiplied by every term from the other brackets. Okay? Alright, so once you do that, we have to look at another special type of expansion. The next type of expansion is called the difference of 2 squares. So when you expand something with a minus b, a plus b, when they look the same but with one expression minus, the other one plus in the middle, you will get difference of 2 squares. Okay? So in this case, so you just go x squared, not x, minus 5 squared, using the formula above, which you will get x squared minus 25. Now, if you forgot that, you can always do this. But you find you still get the same answer. So if you do that instead, you will get x squared plus 5x minus 5x minus 25. So these 2 terms always get cancelled. So you're always left with 2 terms. But we don't want to do that because it's longer. It's easier if you just square the first thing minus the square of the second. So you get difference of 2 squared, yes. It's always minus. For difference of 2 squares, if you have minus c and a plus c, it's always a minus in between. This one, that's not difference of 2 squares. You will get 3 terms. Oh, how do you know whether that's a minus or a plus? That's 3 times negative 4. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. So when when one of them is plus, the other one's negative, you get negative there. See, this has a minus and a plus, you get negative here. Okay? Alright, does that answer your question? Okay, perfect squares. What are perfect squares? You have these formulas. A squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And the other one is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So we're going to use this formula to do the first question. Well, if you don't get it, just write this down. So 2x plus 3, 2x plus 3. And what you do is, because it's a square, you write this twice, exactly the same time, twice. And do 2x times 2x. What's 2x times 4x squared? And then 2x times 3. Positive, they are both positive. 3 times 2x. 6x again. Lastly, 3 times 3. 9. Any like terms? No, they don't cancel. Can you see they don't cancel? They get plus. You only get cancelled if they are both 1 minus 1 plus. If they are both pluses or both minuses, they don't get cancelled. Okay, write it like that. Okay, any question? So in this topic, we do 3 types of expansion. Then we have to do a lot of factorizing. And we group them into different types. So we'll do the first one soon after we finish this chapter 7 test. Okay, this one, what's the common factor between 2AB and 8B? B and 2B. Okay, so what you do is, once I took the 2B out, what's left over inside the bracket? 4. A plus 4. Yep. And then that's it. That's done. That's the answer now. How about the next one? Well, how about this one? What's common? X plus 2 is common. And you left with, what do you left with? The 3 and the y. Get it? So you have these types as well. So you can take out a common letter, or you can take out a common bracket. Both are possible. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We're going to factorize by grouping in pairs. This is useful when you have 4 terms together. So let's factorize the first 2 pairs. The first 2 pairs, what's the common factor? 2a. So you write down what's left? X plus 2. Right, not 4. 2 times a. 2 times 2a is 4a. How about the second bit? 3b x and then plus 2. Not 2b, because 2 times negative 3b is negative 6b. Because negative times positive is negative. If that was a negative, negative times negative would be a positive, so it will not match our original answer. Say again? Yeah. All right. Once you do that, can you see there's a common bracket, x plus 2, and then 2a minus 3b. Got it? Yes? Thank you. How about the next one? Try the next one. So the next one is 3a x minus 4. But can you see between the last 2 terms, there's nothing, so you just put 1. Yes. And then we continue. X minus 4 is common. So we take the x minus 4 out. And then what do we have left over? 3a and the 1. Pretty easy. All right, give you a couple minutes to catch up, then we'll move on. Yeah, I told you there's 2 pages today. So factorization is pretty hard. Expanding is easy. Factorize a bit harder. We have to go reverse. Okay, let's move on. Next question. We need to know how to factorize. Apply the difference of 2 squares in reverse. So in this case, a squared minus b squared come from this expansion. So now we have to work backwards. Start with the difference of 2 squares, write it as a product. So you write down x squared minus 16 as x squared minus 4 squared. Once you did this, you have to put 2 brackets. The first bracket you write x minus 4. The second bracket you must put a plus 4. So it's pretty easy. Try the next one. Okay, let's try the next one. Next one's a bit tricky. Write 2x all square, because 4x squared is 2x all square, minus 3 square. Where's the 4x2? Because 4 is 2 squared. So if I square the 2, I get the 4. Square the x, I get the x squared. So you have to write the whole thing as square. So you have to write something square inside the bracket if you have more complicated stuff. Did you? All right, trinomials. So when they have a number in front of x3, number in front of x squared, we call this non-monic. And when it's a monic, you have to multiply the coefficient of x squared by the constant term. So you have to multiply 3 and negative 6 together, which is equal to negative 18. Write the negative 18 here. So they must multiply to get negative 18, add to get 7. So we end up getting, you have to times 3 and negative 6 together. Always times these two. Say again. Just ignore the x squared. 3 times. That's a time symbol. That's just the rule. You have to times it. 7 stay the same. Just the last term you have to times. Okay, so you what going to do is find two numbers which multiply to get 18. So, yep. Negative 1 times 9. Negative 2 times, alright, that's negative 1 times 8. 18. And we have to find one that works. I think this one works. So write negative 2 and 9. Negative 2, 9. And we proceed by splitting the x term into two terms. So for the one above, 3x squared minus 2x plus 9x minus 6. And we have to group in pairs. Okay, let's group in pairs. So we have to group these two, group these two. So the first two, what's common? X, right? 3x minus 2. The next one, what's common? 3. 3x minus 2. And then the 3x minus 2 gets taken out. And you write down the leftovers. Alright, any questions? Now leave it on. Alright, we're going to finish the recording. That's it. That's the summary. Done.